Mamelodi Sundowns ka yellow. Bafana ba ka ke le fa matlhasi le matlhogonono le winning ka game Saturday. Bona ke re ka yellow le skala le bona. Ka tseba ra le disappoint ka yellow masantawana.
Al-Ahli ke a le tsebisa goreng tsebang gore ka mo Loftus a gone motho a boyang. Le tsebang goreng 3-0 ile metsi. Masantawana dispera tsa rena ke a le tshepa. Re tlo bua le win ene rena go finaleng re ya no matter what. Al-Ahli ke seshaba sa rena ra sheba ka mogae. Al-Ahli 5-0 re tlo e bata 5-0 ka mogae. CAF Champions League ke ya rena.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to it. It's the Pitchside
Pitchside
podcast. Muruti. I saw Jacques Devin July. What a horror bless. It's Katsakona.
nabangani bakho sambane nabangani bakho
Am I going to introduce a Bailey? The most successful El Skipper, the Honorable Hlompho
ambassador.
Hlompho Kekana.
Thank you, Neves. Thank you for having me.
yabo Neves woza nabangani bakho sibambane nabangani bami hlabere betaka modebe
Okay.
yeah udlala bangani bakho ke dlala bangani
What's
bakho
it, Dave? Oh, ngishenga. Oh, nabantu bangaka. What's that about? What's amalo?
osamalo
Professor Orenga Molomrao.
Agitsi.
I bulela Sezulu sela ore.
Arring, which part?
Akere gona le chorus and then you know wa bu ngano
why is it the problem unsa file high o tlonetsa o tlontsha batho ba tlotse for go betsa tsefeng ka weekend
Ba tseba gore wa DJ ya ka di weekend. Gentlemen, Champions League football is back.
big one
Big one against Al-Ahli. Previously, we've managed to assert our dominance. I think the last game we played at Loftus, we won 5-2 and then went away to draw 0-0. And, you know, with the way things are going, the spirit around Champions League is very positive because I've seen it in the past and we've looked at it and trying to make sense of it, where you've won every single game in the group stages and then you get knocked out in the semis or quarters. But now we're at a stage where we didn't do that greatly in the groups, but we still managed to qualify, and we've now beaten Esperance, and now we're in the semis against Al-Ahli.
I like such kind of games
Yeah.
because then it shows the maturity and the standard of play within the team.
Yeah.
Because it's two teams that are both respected.
Yes.
They respect one another. There's no way you can approach such a game being naive, like a skipper would say. You understand that the opponents, both from Mamelodi Sundowns playing Al-Ahli, as well as Al-Ahli playing Mamelodi Sundowns, you've got that element of respect because these are top professionals playing for top clubs, and it's a African El Clasico. It's a game that everybody wants to be part of. It's a game everyone wants to play.
It's a big game.
It's a very big game. So it then tells you that as a footballer, it's either this game makes you or breaks you.
And
You need to show up.
And the best footballers, Sugar, they're striving on this kind of matches.
Yeah.
Where, you know, the pressure matches, you know, you get tested as a footballer. You know,
I mean, it's the best on the continent.
in terms of level, in terms of how good you are, you get tested. And these are type of matches that every player is really dying to play.
Yeah.
And you know, I envy these boys because they are in the biggest stage of football. You know, everybody will be watching. There'll be a night where the whole continent will be watching that
Stand
match.
still.
And you know, for them, it reminds me of the team that we used to play so much called Wydad. the way they're playing together for quite some time, they end up knowing each other by name.
Yeah.
Sugar used to fight with this guy called Nakash. I used to fight with this guy called Saeed. And before I even said anything, Saeed would be calling me by name to say, I know you, how you operate, because you have watched all your matches and how you operate. So the Al Ali team, they know Mamelodi Sundowns well.
Yeah.
And I can say the same about my team. My team knows Al Ali well. In a match, you know what's coming. In a match, you know what could happen, especially home and away, because they play differently when they're playing away, and they play differently when they play at home. So, of course, my team has grown in that department. They know what to expect, especially when they come here with a little bit of low block, forcing the game to go into many fouls, many stoppage. I think my boys will work hard on those elements of defending smart, not committing fouls in front of the big box, because that's where they're dangerous.
The technique, the delivery.
The delivery
that's
is
where they
good.
thrive.
Afsha is the master. Ali Malud. Oh, he's the guy who delivers from the left side.
How important is it, sorry, Skipper, how important is it then as a player to, because you're going to kind of have an idea of what their starting lineup looks like. How important is it to know the strengths and weaknesses of the guys, number one, the first guy you'll be facing, and also just the rest of the team? Because I then worry about what some would deem knowledge overload, to say, if I figure out this is the starting 11 and I need to know all the traits that the player, it's 11, might be a knowledge on too much information being given to a player.
I think it's very important, Naves, for a player, for you to know your opponent.
True.
Don't take it for granted. Don't just think that it's just any other game that is normal. No, it's a game where you need to know the strength of your opponent. For example, let's say you're playing a player like Mbappe, for example. You know that he prefers to
Come
go
inside.
to get the ball, then come inside. So rather force him to go out. That gives you a little bit of an advantage. But if you are just saying no, I'll go emotionally, you'll always give you that extra. He'll always come past you, and you'll find yourself in a difficult position. So players always need to know your opponents. You can never take it, especially in Champions League. You need to know the strength of your opponent. You need to know the weaknesses. How it's not just a normal game where you play your normal football and say you win. No, you need to capitalize on mistakes. Of Champions League is about mistakes. It's a chess game. We make you make the mistakes so that we can take advantage. But at the same time, you also need to be aware, because they also do the analysis. And they know your weak points. So you don't go and do your normal play. That is, you need to be very, very, very at high concentration. You avoid the mistakes that you would normally make.
Yeah, and to add on what Sugar's saying is very right when he speaks about chess game in the Champions League. That's why in some matches you would think you are in control. Can't they are waiting for that one moment to pounce on you and score. It's very, very calculative in every move that you make. So he's right. You know your opponent, but of course it will be your own interest to know the whole group. But the main focus should be, I'm Mark Naves. I know what Naves should be doing in a normal day. I know Naves under pressure how he behaves. So with that, he helps. It helps you in terms of preparations, because there's other moves you can't do. I remember they said I must mark D line the other day when Nahiri hit Dennis Onyango in Atteridgeville. You know what I did? I thought the throw in was far, because in the video we saw it. They did that move in higher up of the field, and I was like, okay, the move is deeper. It means they want to perform that move. You know what they did? I took a D line, and then they waited for me. They saw I was in the D line. Now they delay with an extra touch. They went to center line. As soon as I moved, Nahiri went there.
It's a chess game.
Seconds after I moved, like you see where Ngwenya is.
Yes.
They just passed behind me. As I turned, that guy didn't even control.
First time.
He hit Dennis top corner. And then we went to the change room, and the coach said, Keke, I told you. And even boys, they said, Keke, we told you. Guess what? When we analyze the match, we're doing corrections. We saw that extra touch. And we didn't blame for that extra touch. We were like, guys, I was like, guys, the reason why I moved there is because of this. And they saw it. They'd be like, yeah, I was going to move. It's because of those movement where they are waiting. They know their strength. They know how good you are defensively. They know the individual. So it's so important that, of course, my boys will know that because they played with this guy so many times. Now they've signed this guy from Wydad, the left back. The guy who wears number 14 at Wydad, if you remember, Al Tahad. That guy can deliver the ball. The same as Ali Malou. So, of course, he can play as a winger, as a left foot. My boys will gather against that guy because if you remember the free kick that he took here when we got knocked out without losing the match, the guy was the guy who involved.
How important is it then for us to go into this game and get goals?
Especially because we're playing home, you need the goals.
And you
need to go. You go all out to get that goal. Because on the other side, it's not easy. Remember last time we played, we won 5-2. We went there and we drew that side. It's not easy that side. So the most important thing, Champions League is a totally different ball game. It's not like any other game not any other competition that you play. It's a tactical game. You need to make sure that you score the goal and you don't concede the goal. So it's, my friend, don't be stupid.
Like it,
no, don't be stupid.
And you are right, Sugar, because in a match of this nature, the last match we put ourselves under stress when we played the Experience of Tunisia. I thought the game was there for taking. The second goal was there. Had my boys wanted it, they were going to get it. But I could tell that they were comfortable with the fact that they took a lead. And they went there, they knew that maybe they were going to kill it that side. But I don't think in any match of this nature against Al Ahly, when it's there for a take it. Because like Sugar said, in Cairo Stadium, it's difficult. So any chance, half a chance, take it. Because you know what's happening in the Champions League. You know, you can't predict the game. It's a big story. So I would prefer to go away with a two goals lead.
Not 3.
Even 3. If it's there, take it. Because like Sugar said, you can't risk it. It's very tactical. So when it is there, take it. Because sometimes, you know what they do, these guys? They allow you to lead, but if they score, they're in the advantage. You know what I mean?
They are street smart in that side.
They want
now
to score away goal.
Now they start to break down the play.
Thank you. So with that tacticality, make sure that you stick to your plan. You don't concede, you score. If it's not there, it's not there. Don't risk it. You know what I mean?
Gentlemen, looking at the form of Al Ahly, they played against Pyramids, drew 1-1. How much can we read into the way that they've been doing? Because they also haven't been having the greatest of seasons.
I think this game, personally, I think this game is totally different. It's more about pride. It's more about experience. They know how to play the Champions League. It's a totally different ball game as compared to the league, because it's the standard changes, and it doesn't necessarily need you to be motivated. It's a motivation on its own just to play this game. You get the best out of the player because everybody's watching. The whole continent is watching. The whole world is watching. And on top of that, both teams are going to the Club World Cup. They are going in there. So you understand the standard. It's also a test for both teams to see how far are they in their preparation for the Club World Cup. So this game, you need to understand that it's not the game you played before. It's not the game you played.
So it doesn't matter what your
stage.
form is going into the game. It's what you do on the day that matters.
What happens
don't
on the
read
day.
Don't read too much on the form.
Okay.
It's not a game of form. It's a game of who wants it more. He spoke about pride. It's a pride. It's national pride, this one. These guys, remember, they didn't forget that we beat them 5 twice.
In South Africa, 5 twice.
That's why they even every time they speak about Mamelodi Sundowns, they speak of that. If I'll tell you, my WhatsApp is flying with numbers. The one interview
from Egypt.
They want to know what's coming. How is the preparation? It's because of that. That this match is bigger than any final here in South Africa.
Okay.
That's how scary this thing can.
That's huge.
And yeah,
When Skipper is talking about messages on WhatsApp, you've
Yeah.
got journalists. How they get
they
our
get our
numbers,
numbers,
you
you
don't
don't
know. But they're messaging us to say,
Yeah.
want to hear, want you to speak, want you to come on the publication, on TV.
Yeah.
You'll be online visually or whether telephonically or anyway. They are investing, the journalists in Egypt are investing so much to get as much information to help
this
Egypt.
is a big match.
It
It's a
should
big
be the
match.
same from our side. Our team, our South African journalists should be helping the clubs. Instead, when Skipper says it, I thought I wasn't even going to bring it up because these guys, they've got our numbers. Us, we've stopped playing, but they know
I'll show you the
who are the right people to talk to
Yeah.
and whatsoever.
I
So
think South African journalists are sitting, watching the podcast, and then writing from there because Balitaba.
yeah,
I mean,
what can we say?
Skipper, not how many people can say they are rubbing shoulders with the most successful captain? Why want to react so too? Why want to rub the shoulder?
You want trophies?
You want trophies?
You want trophies?
Trophies are here. Stay here. Masandawana, you heard how big this match is. We did go on the ground, and this is what you said.
Let's go and fight. Let's go all out. Reye rogono bapala gabotse reye final Masandawana. We've been struggling go di semi-final eng. Re tlhoka go ya final ya Star Masandawana. Re tlhoka Star sa bobedi mo di mapetse ya rena Masandawana to prove gore mo South Africa team ya rena ke golo Masandawana.
As Mamelodi Sundowns, that star is very important. We need the second star so that other world can respect us.
Ke kopa Masandawana ba botlhe lefatshe ka bophara le teng game ya Al-Ahly re a le batla le teng Eli le rekeng ditekete le teng Eli le apare ka boyelo Masandawana ka boyelo khapo ke ya rena this season another star sa boitu ra se batla
Niyazi ukuthi Al-Ahly ukudla kwethu. Hey ke ice cream ya rona. Hey labantu banama-star i-12 thina asilandeni ses2 asibasaba Masandawana. Ngiyanicela Masandawana bantwana besikolo asiyeni bogogo bomama asiyeni kuSandawana. I-Al-Ahly ayingithusi sifuna ukuwashaya ukuthi amaphiramidi lawa awe wozani Masandawana wozani ngiyanicela nonke asiyeni shapa Sandawana shapa 107.
Hashtag my team needs me, Masandawana. As you guys have heard from the guys on the ground, Machita on the panel, it's a big game. It's one of those games that's for the record books. It's one of those games where in Egypt, Bapi Zibastoka Machita for the comment. It's wild what's happening out there. So please don't forget, let's go out to the stadium dressed in yellow, Skupu and your voices. Let's cheer the boys on Ribine, and let's make sure that we bring this one home with more than 2 goals. Skipper.
Yes, more than 2 goals.
More
we
than
do.
2 goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hashtag my team needs me.
Hashtag my team needs me.
Masandawana forever.